All right, today I want to talk about a city in South County that just absolutely exploded over the past year. This video is going to show us the effect that increased demand has on a city that really wasn't prepared for it. Let's talk about Dana Point. It's Andrew Parker, your real estate agent here in sunny Southern California, helping you with the real estate needs. If you or anyone you know is looking to buy or sell in Orange County or the Los Angeles area, give me a call or shoot me an email. I would be happy to help out. All right, let's get into Market Monday. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can check out the big picture trends of Dana Point. Let's start off with the new listings in Dana Point this past December. So in December 2021, we had 23 new listings brought to the market, which was down from 2020. In 2020, we had 48, but 2020 was a weird year because new listings during that month were actually abnormally high for most cities. So it's kind of hard to compare it to that. But if we push it back to 2019, we're just a little bit under 2019 and again under 2018. If we push all the way back for the past 14 years since this graph started in 2008, we're really not that abnormally low in Dana Point, to be honest. We are lower than, I guess, usual and where we would want to be. But not too crazy compared to the big picture of things. Where we will see a big shift is the active listings in Dana Point. Now, every single year, as you can see, for the most part every year, there is this hump. It starts off in the November and December area at the lowest point. That's because people don't want to be moving during the holidays. And then throughout the year, the inventory, the active listings will start to come up and then eventually come back down for the holidays once the year is over. Now, in 2021, we didn't see a hump at all, as you can see. We've been low ever since really the start of October 2020 and stayed low ever since. When we were looking at Orange County, we saw that there was this start to the typical hump and then a plateau. When we talked about that, we said, okay, demand is outpacing the new inventory, which is basically stalling the active listings that are on the market, the homes that you can purchase after everybody else has. Now, in Dana Point, it's a totally different story. We just dropped completely off for about over a year and a half now, where really almost 2 years, where homes have, or active listings have been so low compared to many other cities in Orange County. And this is just a testament to how much demand has been brought into this market, and the city hasn't been prepared with bringing new listings to the market. Now, a testament to just how abnormal this market has been in Dana Point, we can check out the closed sales, the amount of transactions that actually occurred during each month in a certain year. If we expand this graph all the way to the beginning of it in 2008, you can see for about 12 years, we didn't have more than maybe 1 or 2 months each year that crossed the 60 transaction threshold. But ever since midway through 2020, we've had multiple months, and it almost seems like our average is staying above that 60 transaction per month metric. And this is just showing you there are more and more sales happening over the past year and a half or so than really ever had been going on in a normal market for Dana Point. We can see this insane demand reflected in the month supply of inventory. Remember, this is a metric that we use to find out what type of market we're in. Are we in a buyer's market or a seller's market? 6 months is said to be a balanced market. Anything below is going to be a seller's market, and anything above is going to be leaning into a buyer's market. If we check out what's happened over the past year and a half or so, we have tanked into a seller's market in Dana Point. Now, this is common around Orange County for the most part because obviously it's such a high desirable area to live, and a lot of people are purchasing homes in the area over the past year and a half. But I just think it's incredible to see how much momentum pushed into this market and brought it straight down ever since around June of 2020 is when it really started, and it hasn't seen any hope of changing for the past year and a half or so. This is just showing you how much demand has been brought into this market and how little inventory has picked up to try to combat that. Now, obviously, when there's a ton of demand brought into the market with a market that doesn't have enough inventory, that creates a very competitive market. And we can see that reflected in the median days on market for a given listing. Right now, we are at 7 days on market for the median days on market in Dana Point during December 2021, and we've seen a pretty steep drop off ever since the start of 2021. Now, finally, what has this demand done to our median sales price in Dana Point? Well, in December 2021, we were at $1.65 million. That's pretty incredible. I think that's about like $300,000 over what Irvine was. And so it's just pretty impressive to see that trend really has started. I mean, I guess back before 2020 happened, but it really started to take off midway through 2020, as you can see, when that demand really started to pick up. If you're wondering why April is so high, it's likely because there were fewer sales in April compared to the rest of the month. So maybe those sales that did happen were listed a bit higher than usual. But I mean, it's just pretty impressive to see $1.65 million for the month of December in Dana Point. That's been Market Monday. If you found this video useful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel. It helps me out a ton. Also, be sure to follow Andrew Parker Realty on all social media for more property tours, market updates, and real estate tips. And finally, if you have any questions or comments of your own, be sure to leave them in the comment section below or shoot me a text. I would be happy to respond or make a video answering the questions that you guys have. All right, I'll see you in the next one.